Well, good morning, friends. It's Crazy Cheap Chick. I'm back from the grocery store. In just a second, I'll take you inside, show you what I got, found some great bargains, show you what I got at Goodwill, and I'm going to show you several ways to save money this week. I'm also going to teach you how to make dandelion tea. So come on, let's get busy. Before I go to the grocery store, I always like to check my inventory to see where I'm at, because if my refrigerator's full, why am I going to the grocery store, right? So this is what I had before I went. I had to send John Wayne to the grocery store this morning because I did not have everything I needed to make dinner tonight. I decided to invite my kids over for dinner, my son and his wife and two grandkids, because they're going through some stuff, and I needed a couple of things to finish dinner. So I had him go ahead and get milk. It's on sale this week for $1.59. Half and half for $5.49. I needed another container of ricotta cheese for what I'm making tonight for dinner. I had forgotten to buy Parmesan cheese. Actually, I asked him to buy mozzarella cheese. I just now recognize that he bought the wrong thing, but this will work just the same. He wanted to get some ginger because he wants to make ginger beer. So he bought a bunch of ginger for $4.69, and he also needed seltzer water to make it. And I was out of potatoes, so I asked him to pick up a bag of potatoes, and they were $1.99. So those are the things I had him pick up for me, and now I need to get busy making my stuffed shells. I just got back from the grocery store and I spent $85.77 this morning. Now, John Wayne went for me yesterday because I needed milk and a couple other things. And so I think he spent $25 or $26. So I'm somewhere around $110, $111 for the week. It was 25 something. I just don't remember the change. So anyway, right around $110, $111 for the week, which I don't think is too bad, but I've still probably overbought. Honestly, I've got a lot of food. Let me show you what I got. I'm going to start with the full price stuff. I always buy myself a couple of treats. I'm really bad about that. This week I got buns. These Pepperidge Farm buns, I think that is a reduced price. I don't know. That might be the regular price. $3.50 for the buns. And my other treat was this watermelon. I've been wanting a watermelon. They had been $8.99. Last week they were $7.99. This week they were $6.99. So I went ahead and got one. I have no tips for picking a watermelon other than I always try to get a watermelon that at least looks like it's laid on the ground for a while. I hope it's good. Then I got some mozzarella cheese for $2.29. I obviously did not stock up enough the last time cheese was on sale. Cottage cheese for $2.29. These chocolate chips were $2.79. They had chocolate chips as high as $9 a bag. Who's paying that? Who is paying that? I had to really think about it to buy these for $2.79. But I really want to make some cookies this week to take to a dear friend who's in the hospital. Then these tomatoes, 4 little tomatoes for $2.23. This chili sauce was $1.99, and I am going to make some coleslaw, but instead of using mayonnaise, you use sweet chili sauce. It will change your life, especially if you hate mayonnaise. I'm not a big fan of mayonnaise, but I love sweet chili sauce. All you do is chop up your cabbage, add in some shredded carrot or whatever else you put in your coleslaw, and add a little bit of sweet chili sauce. Oh, it is really, really good. Then romaine lettuce, $3.49. That's regular price for that. Now I'll show you the sale stuff. They had peanut butter on sale this week for $1.49. That is about as cheap as peanut butter gets. I don't know what the normal price is on it, but you could buy up to 5, so I got 5 peanut butter. We like peanut butter, but I also use it in my dog treats I make. Then The Bird's Eye steamed fresh vegetables were 99 cents. And oftentimes I get my frozen vegetables at Aldi's. I'll just go in there and stock up like once every month and a half. And they're 97 cents there. I figured I could splurge and pay 10 cents more. So I did. Then these little tomatoes were on sale for $1.99. I got 2 of those. And the blackberries were on sale for $1.67, as were the raspberries. So that's going to be our fruit this week. I did get salsa. It was $2.14. And I think that might have been regular price minus coupon. But everything from here on is my clearance stuff. I did get 4 packages of these crunchy chocolate chip cookies. And I'm going to show you something delicious to make with these. They're normally $2.69, which seems really high to me for a cheap chocolate chip cookie, but maybe not after seeing how much chocolate chips cost. And I want to say, oh, I'm getting these for the grandkids. And John Wayne goes, is that code for me and you? And I'm like, yeah, kind of. So, yes, I'll throw these in the freezer for when grandkids come, but probably some of them will end up with me and John Wayne as well. Then I found these hamburger patties. They were $3.45, but I had loaded a coupon, so they actually rang up for $2.20. I love this dip, so whenever I find it on clearance, I snag it. It was $2.62. I think it's usually like $5.99. I love this stuff. And it makes the best macaroni and cheese if you want to make macaroni and cheese. Then I got this guac, which was $2.37. Avocados this week are 99 cents each. And I just decided this is probably cheaper and easier. Then I found 2 packages of Jimmy Dean sausage. It was marked down to $2.64. This is usually $5.49. That's all the meat I got this week. That's why when I find meat, I go ahead and buy it, because I don't find meat every single week. Then 3 packages of these Annie's honey graham crackers. They're normally $5.29. It's really high. They are certified organic. They're marked down to $1.69, and so I bought them. Now, when I was a kid, we used to make a frosting out of powdered sugar, vanilla, and a little bit of milk, and put it between graham crackers. And I loved that as a kid. Then this little thing of cinnamon was $1.39. Stonefire, these pizza crusts were $2.14. I got some more kale for $1.70 and a bag of spinach for 80 cents. Then I got several red net bags. I haven't been finding as much lately, but this week I found 4 red peppers for 99 cents. These are normally 99 cents each. 3 yellow squash for 99 cents, and I think these are like $1.69 a pound, as is the zucchini. Got 3 zucchini for 99, or here's the zucchini. Got 4 zucchini for 99 cents, and 3 cucumbers for 99 cents. I think cucumbers are like 79 cents each. And green peppers, I got 3 of these for $1. These usually range anywhere from, they're usually 79, 89 cents. And I got a bag of toilet tissue for $3.90. Now, the thing about this is this toilet tissue, it's normally $5.99. But this week, it's actually one of their weekly deals for $3.99 each, buy up to 5. So it's only 9 cents less than the sale price. But I figured 9 cents is 9 cents, and that makes up for the money I lost by not buying my vegetables at Aldi's. And I got one more thing. I got this little container of chocolate chip ice cream for $1.37. And they had ice cream on sale, big package, for $2.49 or $2.99, but I don't need that much ice cream. I also don't have much space in my freezer. And I'm going to show you something that you can make with these that's absolutely delicious. Ice cream sandwiches.
Hello.
The question is always, what are we going to eat this week? And breakfast is always the same, coffee. Sometimes we'll eat fruit or piece of toast or some oatmeal or cereal, but I'm never hungry in the morning. I know we're going to have hamburgers and cottage cheese, and I'll probably make that coleslaw. But I also have this mesquite barbecue pork tenderloin that I had bought earlier, and I need to use it up. And so I'm probably going to make barbecue pork sandwiches with a couple of sides. Then I have everything to make pizza. I got the crust, I got cheese, I got sauce, I got onions and green peppers and mushrooms. So everything I want to put on a pizza. I know we're going to have tacos one night. I have hamburger in the freezer, and I've got everything I need to make tacos, and that's why I got the guac and the salsa. I could make some really good mac and cheese, and I probably will, and I'll probably put it with those pork sandwiches. I also have those pork chops I bought last week and some sweet potatoes that need used, and I'm still going to make that Tuscan soup. In fact, I'm going to make it tonight. And these are just side vegetables that I'll work in. These I'll put in the freezer for sides when I need them. We got lots of dessert for Sunday because, we're trying to cut down on sugar. We're trying to think of sugar as the enemy. And then we remember that Jesus said, love your enemies, and we start eating sugar. So I don't know. We're not doing very good on our diet or on lessening our sugar. But anyway, that's what I bought. That's what we're eating. What are you eating this week? Dinner tonight, stuffed shells, homemade green beans, which I canned, and corn, a salad, and I've got some bread, and for dessert we have Rice Krispie treats that John Wayne made. I think we got a winner on the watermelon. It's pretty good. I spent $37.08 at Goodwill today. And let me real quickly show you what I got. This is probably my favorite thing, these capri pants. And I paid $3.92 for them. They were half off. Yellow was half off today. And I don't have to guess how much they cost brand new because the tags are still on them. They were $36. Isn't that crazy? Why didn't you just return them? Then this top here I paid $2.97 for. It's a Terra and Sky. These Anne Klein pants, which I love. They fit perfectly. $3.97. This is probably one of my best buys right here. This 100% silk scarf. I paid $3.35. I can find them online for around $40. Anytime you see a silk scarf, snatch it up. They're worth a ton of money. This is a Liz Claiborne. I got this Ralph Lauren shirt for John Wayne. I think it was $5.92 for a brand new, never worn Ralph Lauren shirt. I also got him this shirt for $5.92. It looks a little small. I'll have him try it on. If it doesn't fit, I may have to return this one. And this jacket. This jacket, since it was a yellow tag, it was $6.29. And I really hope it fits him because it's a really high quality, nice jacket that looks like it's never been worn. And then I got this thing, this pig. Remember, like back in the 90s, everyone had these sitting in their kitchen and they had utensils in them. At least rich people did. Well, I'm going to put it out in my garden. It's ceramic. And I'm going to plant a plant in him and put him out in my herb garden. My goal every week is to take more to Goodwill than I bring home. I just picked some dandelions out of the yard. I'm going to try to make some dandelion tea. And I want to give them a really good rinse. I got this pot a long time ago at Goodwill, and I really love it. Anyway, I'm going to put these dandelions in here. I stole a little piece of John Wayne's ginger that he bought to make ginger beer, and I'm going to put it in with my tea. I cut that ginger into slices, and I'm just pouring hot water in. Pretty much want it filled up to the top, and the longer you let it steep, the stronger it's going to be. Most people say 3 hours or overnight. I think I might add a little turmeric in there too. While I'm at it, I might as well add a little lemon too. Since I use this lemon, I just added a little bit of Ajax, Comment, whatever you like to use, and it makes a great scrub brush for your sink. And once you're through scrubbing, you can just put your scrub brush down your garbage disposal. How efficient is that? And it smells so good. So clean and lemony. I do this every time I use a lemon. We got lots of clearance plants today. Let's go see if we can find something. This is this week's clearance plants from Lowe's. I spent $43. The geraniums were $4 a piece. The little periwinkles were $1 each. That lavender was $3. That was $1. And then I also got this Tarnex to try on that silverware I got at the garage sales last week. I want to see how that turns out. This is my herb garden, and I think he is a nice little addition. And John Wayne just irritated me because I told him this used to be the kind of thing that back in the 90s everyone had on their kitchen cabinet if they were wealthy enough with utensils in, and that I had repurposed him to hold a plant. And he said, well, you're finally catching up 30 years too late. And I'm like, the 90s wasn't 30 years ago. And he's like, yeah, it was. I think it's time to try this tea. Just something about wearing silk that feels so rich and luxurious. And all I did was take the scarf and I threw it in a dryer with some damp clothes and gave it a twirl for a minute or so, and it took the wrinkles right out. And this shirt I also got at Goodwill. I think it was about $3. So I'm feeling fancy for hardly any money. And the thing about buying things at Goodwill or garage sales, there's no tariffs on those things. You don't have to worry about tariffs if you're buying at Goodwill and garage sales. And at garage sales, you're not even paying sales tax. So that's why I love garage sales. But now let's try this tea. Now remember, these were dandelions I picked out of my yard. And I added turmeric, and I added lemon and ginger, sliced ginger. So let's try it. Oh, I also put a couple of packages of Equal because I love Equal. Man, that's good. I was all prepared to do the face, but no, it's really, really good. I've got to remember this because I really like it. And I'm a super picky tea drinker. I drink tea all day long. And this is really good. No need to buy tea if you can make your own, right? When you make tea, you can refrigerate it for up to 3 days. And this is some good tea. I'll be drinking all of it. And the longer it steeps, the stronger it'll get. So you might have to dilute it. And there's a couple of other things that I'll tell you about dandelions. In some areas of the world, they sell dandelions in the grocery store. They're considered an herb. Every part of the dandelion is edible. And back in the olden days, I used to make a coffee out of the roots. The leaves are edible, the flower's edible, the root's edible. And dandelion is a really high source of vitamin C, K, and A, and it has minerals in it as well. It's healthy, and it grows in your yard, and it's free. Now, I've tried putting it in salads, and it's just super bitter to me. They say if you get a young tender plant, it's better. But I've tried it, and the leaves are just too bitter to me. And so that's why I did not have high hopes for the tea. But using the heads, which were fresh picked this morning and tender, new, you want to make sure you haven't put any pesticides or Roundup or anything like that on your yard, or that would ruin it. Some people consider dandelions a liver tonic. Other people say they prevent UTIs. Some people say it helps with weight loss or cancer prevention. I'm not going to make any of those health claims at all. But I can tell you it's a good tea. It tastes good. And it has a lot of vitamins in it. So what can it hurt? Add it into the rotation. Try it. It's fun. As always, if you stick around to the end, I tell you a little story from my life to delight you or terrify you, horrify you, whatever the case may be. This one's just going to go, she's such an idiot. I only go get my hair cut maybe 3 times a year. And I had switched to a new hairdresser, one that lives closer to me. And she did a really good job the first time, so I decided to go back. But it's been 3 or 4 months since I had been there. Now, the first time I went, I was really diligent to tell her that I am highly, highly allergic to something they put in a lot of hair care products. It's called argan or argan oil. And you'll often see it on hair care products. They'll be like, now with argan oil, and it's supposed to be really good for your hair. Well, for me, I break out terribly if I have any contact with that oil. And so the first time I told her, and she didn't use anything, and she checked all her products, and most of them had it in there. I forgot to remind her that I was allergic to that oil, and she just used her normal products. And those higher end products tend to have it in there more than the cheap stuff like Suave or Herbal Essence or something like that. So she did my hair. It looked great. And that night and the next day, my whole scalp broke out. And it was horrible. It was pretty horrible. And of course it itched. It just itched so bad. So I'm always scratching my head. And it opened up sores on my head. And my head got infected. And I'm like trying to part my hair and take pictures with my phone and Google Lens it. Like, what is going on with my head? And I was convinced that I had ringworm. Because when I would take a picture of the sore on my head and Google Lens it, it always came up ringworm. Well, ringworm isn't an actual worm, it's a fungus. And I'm like, something has happened. I don't know what happened. And John Wayne's just like, you're going to have to go to a doctor. And I'm like, I don't want to go to a doctor. It'll clear up. And then I remembered, oh, I went to the hairdresser. She probably used something with that oil in it. And now I'm all broke out and I've scratched it. And it was like pimples all over my head. And they were weeping and hurting and just so itchy. And so I decided to try a home treatment. The treatment I decided to use was coconut oil and tea tree oil. Most essential oils you have to dilute with something. And so I decided to use coconut oil. Well, tea tree oil is supposed to be kind of an antibacterial. And I just worked it all into my scalp, all through my hair. And it did give me relief from the itching. Of course, my hair is really greasy. And I washed it out. And in the end, I went to the doctor. And I'm telling the doctor the whole story that I just told you. And she's like, coconut oil and tea tree oil. Okay, well, let's try some real drugs. She's like, didn't that burn? And I'm like, no, it gave me relief from the itching. It's just not clearing up. And she prescribed an antibiotic and steroids because that's how bad it was. But there was a silver lining to this story. This coconut oil made my hair so shiny and soft, I couldn't believe it. And so now I'm going to start deep conditioning my hair with coconut oil. I already use it for lots of other homemade products. And it's just, my hair is always kind of dry and fly away, and it's never really soft. And with this coconut oil, it just became so soft. And all I did, I was rub it in, work it through my hair. Of course, my hair is super greasy. Let it sit for about an hour with a towel over it. And then I washed it out. You know, I had to wash it twice. And then it was just back to normal hair. And it wasn't greasy after I washed it off. And it just left my hair so silky and soft and wonderful. So I'm never, ever going to forget to tell a hairdresser again how allergic I am to that product. And I learned a new use for coconut oil. So this week wasn't all bad. Anyway, I hope that you have a great week. I hope you find some bargains, and I will be talking to you soon. But if you got anything out of the video, please give me a like, comment, share, or subscribe. That helps me out. And just so you guys know, I'm probably going to start breaking my videos up into 2 videos a week because they're just getting too long. And you don't feel like you have to watch them all, but I'm just telling you that's what I'm going to do because it's hard to edit a really long video for me. I just oftentimes don't have the time. And so instead of having a half-hour video, I think it would be better for me to make 2 15 or 20-minute videos. And sometimes I just leave stuff out because the videos are getting too long. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you soon.